things that we shared was a lot about herbs, and as part of our inheritance from our mothers, we always love to drink herbal teas instead of soft drinks or water. So we thought on making this kind of fusion as an Appalachian infusion company. Basically, our company does ready-to-drink herbal teas, and we are just a women-based company, really trying to kind of push forward the idea of that we women can also do great things, as everybody else does. So the company has, as of now, right now, focused on making our own capital by ourselves. We haven't reach any loans for banks now, because we want to have this kind of self-owning of the company. But we do several infusions, mostly based on Appalachian herbs. The one that I brought today is based on echinacea and elderberry that you see anywhere, like on riparian buffers. You see elderberry a lot. You also have another infusion, and this is kind of our recipes. That is based on lots of peppermints, spearmints, and chicory, good for your digestive system, keeping it cool. And we also have a sort of Appalachian Andean beverage, because I'm originally from Peru, and I really feel super identified with these mountains, which are so similar to down in the Andes. And it's based on barley, watercress, and flaxseed. But the idea of having, the fishbowl grant for kind of our future plans is we have kind of a short, a mid-term, and a long-term plan. The short-term basically is that we want to keep capitalizing through festivals. The last time we went to the Highland Maple Festival, where we also kind of shared some experiences with Frostmore Farm, and it was really awesome to have two Pocahontas business entrepreneurs out there, and as them we share the idea of making value-added products out of the forest. And these are native herbs, and we want to keep it like that. The idea for a short-term plan is to get a little mobile car where we could just, run all over the festivals without having our tents flying away like the last time. So we could just haul it in a trailer and keep on going to the next festival and kind of make that kind of cash flow. And then the midterm plan that we are looking for is to start bottling. We believe that these companies should transition into a cooperative where we could get the herbs instead of Frontier, which are our providers in Pennsylvania, get it from here, from Pocahontas County, to employ several, small farmers that could either do wild harvesting from our, herbs that grow wild out there, and, eventually constitute that. But for that, we need the money. And the second part that we want to do is the bottling. And because we are still, researching the FDA and the Department of Health regulations, we want to set up accounts through a drop-off system, because we also care a lot about the waste that these products could, provoke. And by doing a drop-off, I don't know if you have ever seen milk jugs, the old type of milk jugs, where the milkman will just drop you the milk. Well, in this case, we would like to set up accounts, and with these bottles, spread all over farmers market, and anybody that would like to have an alternative drink. So that's kind of the midterm, and I stop in the midterm because going on the long-term plan, constituting ourselves as a cooperative of farmers will require capital. So I brought today echinacea and elderberry mix because I know some might have some allergies to it. So feel free to try a little bit. But yeah, this is kind of the idea of having a women-based enterprise, and we are really committed to kind of start, revaluing the values that in this precious place is offered out there. So yeah, thank you so much. Yes.
I've heard you talk the whole time about your product and everything, but you never mentioned the word health. When you're saying elderberry and echinacea, I'm considering in my head that there are health benefits to this.
There's a lot of health benefits, but we can't say for the FDA regulations.
Oh, okay. That's why you didn't mention it.
Yeah.
But I can mention
It's
it.
helpful.
I can mention
That
it.
is important. It's not healthy, it's helpful.
Okay, it's helpful.
Otherwise, we
Okay,
get into
right.
the drug
Yes.
administration and we are
Right.
screwed with the
Well, I mean,
pharmaceuticals.
I take echinacea for colds, you know, so, I mean, so drinking a tea that to me is healthful to you,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
It's just like the marketing type of thing.
Okay, all
But
right.
yeah, that's
Yes.
kind of like the whole invention, you know? It's, you know, products from the forest are healthy and we kind of like forgot about them, but that's the whole idea, you know, to kind of bring back what we used to drink in our mom's places, like, and just like show it out to the world. And, you know, that's what we have in and like, aside from other industries.
Yes. Very good.
Do you guys have any other questions?
I was gonna just ask, do you grow your own herbs or?
Right now, as I'm saying, we are getting it from Pennsylvania. Frontier is one of our main kind of like suppliers. But the idea as a long term is to supply from farmers that from here, a small co-op that could just maybe propagate, you know, the wild herbs out there, and just keep it like. That's kind of the best way that we could ensure that there's no chemicals in it, that there is like completely organic, even if we don't get the certification. The hell with the certification. And if you know that it's already wild, you know, it's just, yes.
So you're mixing your own herbs.
Yeah.
Create your own tea.
Yes. I mean, we're mixing based on flavor, make some properties that kind of are alike. And that's why we could kind of like do 3 recipes.
And your product sold by the bag or by the?
With the money, we are intending to buy 4 crates of 12 bottles of a liter. So we could establish accounts with people. Let's say that you one bottle, and then a couple of weeks after, you will have another canned bottle when you come back to the farmers market or to any specific place. The farmers market is kind of like a target that we want to get into. And festivals, people selling it on those awful styrofoam cups, we're cheap. But you know, it's for us, like sustainability of the business is really important because that's what we are committed into.
Did you develop the recipes, or did I hear you say that your parents did this too?
Well, some of them are recipes from my mother, for example, the Andean/Appalachian. These are from Adrian, my partner, recipe. And some other, the other ones, the peppermint, spearmint, chicory is kind of what we came through the whole experimentation process.
Could you